Broward County 311. My name's Stephanie. How can I help you today?
Oh, hey, Stephanie. Good afternoon. Hey, my name's Zach. I wanted to submit a public records request over the phone. Would that be with you by chance, or?
Yes. I don't believe we take public records requests over the phone, sir. What department were you requesting that from?
Do you guys have a records department, like public records department?
Okay, but what division, sir, are you trying to do that public records from?
Maybe you can tell me what division it is, or, department or whatever, but basically what I'm trying to get is some, court records, and stuff about an individual who's been arrested, and I wanted to get as much information on, his charges, his convictions, and all that fun stuff.
So there's nobody that's going to go through the records and pull that for you, sir?
So what do I do then?
You have to go to the clerk of courts and pull it yourself, sir.
Well, I wanted to put a public records request in to whoever on that, because there's stuff that's online that I won't have access to. So I wanted to get other stuff that's not on the county records website.
So where did you find it, sir?
I found it through someone who made a video about a certain individual. I've done this before in other counties. I just need to know exactly, I guess, who to speak to do it.
One moment, sir. One moment. Hello, sir. Okay, so you have to contact the clerk of courts. The records division here is not going to be able to assist you with that.
Do you have the number for the clerk of court?
Yes, it's 954
Mm-hmm.
831.
Okay.
It's 831-6565, sir.
6565. Okay. And then one other thing I wanted to mention too is that the reason I asked for public records requests, I do news stories and things, and so I have to do this a lot. And just so you're aware for future reference, technically another option you could provide a member of the public when they ask for these sorts of things is that you can offer to submit it on their behalf. It's just part of the Sunshine Law.
Okay, but sir, we don't.
Well, yeah.
This is 311. Okay, we don't. That's not a service that we offer from 311. Is to do it for somebody. Okay, you're not even in. But you're not, sir. You're not. Sir, you're not even in the right division. That's the thing. Is that you're not even in the right. You're not even contacting the right people. You're asking for information from the clerk of courts. That's a different entity than we are.
I understand that, but if I'm trying to finish, because I'm going to address that for you, just to kind of help you out. You're a county employee, correct?
Sir, I don't believe that there's anything else that I can assist you with, okay?
Yeah, could I get your name, please?
Sure, my name is Stephanie.
Stephanie, what's your last name?
We don't provide that, sir.
Are you a county employee?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it's public record. You're a public employee, so I want your last name so I can follow.
Sir, I'm not giving you my last name. We're not required to give the last name.
Yes, you are. You're a public employee.
No, I'm not, sir. No, sir, I'm not required to provide you with my last name. Would you like to speak to the supervisor? Sure, one moment.
Supervisor.
One moment. One moment.
Absolutely disgusting.
Sorry you feel that way.
Thank you for holding. My name is Maribel. How may I help you?
Hi, this is Zach on a recorded call. What'd you say your name was again?
Maribel.
Maribel?
Yes.
Hey, Maribel. I like your name, by the way. My name's Zach. So, yeah,
Thank you.
I was just having I guess you can call it a conversation with Stephanie. And, I don't think she understands what it means to be a public servant or a public employee. And I don't think she understands that when somebody calls and they want to submit a public records request, under Sunshine Law, we have the right to do that with any county or state employee. And she was very argumentative. My gosh, you probably should go back and listen to the call. She was extremely short with me, and she kept cutting me off and would not let me finish my very polite statements when I was trying to help her out and let her know that, hey, when a member of the public wants to submit a public records request through you, they certainly can. And I was basically telling her that she can offer that as another option for the convenience of the member of the public. Now, I understand it's not the right department that I'm calling to get the records specifically. I know that's not fulfilled by your department, but you guys can certainly submit that under Florida Statute Chapter 119 and the Sunshine Law. So I was trying to explain that to her very politely, and she was just, I don't know if she's like this today because she had a bad day or a bad morning, but that's not how you treat a member of the public. And I wanted to get her last name.
And I apologize.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that, Maribel. Um, so yeah, I just wanted to get her last name. I wanted to file a formal complaint and pull her salary and all that stuff through a public records request. But I need her last name for that, if you don't mind.
Rounds, Rounds.
Okay, I appreciate that. And Stephanie, I'm assuming it's just spelled the correct way, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
All right. Well, I appreciate that. So I was
So
wondering,
you needed records?
yeah, I just wanted to submit it through you guys. It's just easier for me. I understand that you guys aren't the department that would fulfill that request, but if I could just verbalize it to you, and then if you could email it to whoever, would fulfill that, I would really appreciate that.
Okay, so not trying to get information on whom and what kind of information?
There's an individual I'm trying to get the following information. Now, his first name is Scott, middle name is Jack, and last name is spelled E. And this individual uh, is on probation under charges of like various felonies having to do with um, child molestation and those sorts of heinous charges. And I wanted to get as much information from from those court records that I may not be able to get online by myself. That's why I'm submitting the request. So I gave you his name, and basically what I want is just anything to do with his felony charges that he has.
Okay, but you understand you're not calling the clerk of courts because
Yes.
we handle anything to do here at this office or any of the office is only things with the Broward County Commission offices.
Right.
Any public records from there. As far as the clerk of courts, I have not even an idea who would even handle that because the courts are a different agency. It's an elected, a constitutional office
Right.
that handles their own public records requests.
Right, right, yeah, you're totally right with that. You're 100% right. Your guess is as good as mine as far as who you would contact over there. But what I typically do, I do this all over. Is if I go into a different county or if I'm trying to get something from a county I don't live in, I typically just call, the best I know who to call. And if I'm talking to like say, a county employee such as yourself, I just go ahead and verbalize the requests and then just kind of leave it up to them. And I'll give you my email as well, so that way when you do end up finding out who exactly you email it or what department you're emailing it to, they'll have my email so they can directly forward or send me those records on their end for those whoever fulfills those records.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't even have an idea, but let me go into the website and see if I can get right now any information because I would hate to take your information and I have no way, like they would tell me probably to tell you to contact them directly
Mhm.
is my concern.
Well, I tell you
Oh,
what,
here, it says records request
yeah,
right here.
I tell you
Oh,
what,
I
I'll
see it.
I'll go ahead. What I'll do then is let's do this. I'll go ahead. I'll call the clerk of court. I'll do the same thing over there. So I'll take care of that request. If you could just do me one solid, and if I could submit a separate records request with you, and that request would basically be Stephanie Round's um, salary. I mean, you could probably tell me her title. I probably don't have to wait for that. What's her title? Is she just like a receptionist or?
Call center specialist.
Okay. And then if I could just put a request in with you to get her salary and disciplinary record, that's all I'll leave with you because that is something that you would get, an email back to me at some point. And then what I'll do is I'll call clerk of court and I'll put in my request for those other records. How's that sound?
Give me a second. Salary and disciplinary records. There is a site. I just went to the clerk of courts. There is an option there to do a public records request.
Mm-hmm.
Salary and disciplinary. Okay, let me just make sure I write what you want. And then you got to give me the information where to send this information to.
Absolutely. Do you need me to repeat again the items for the request?
No, I'm just saying for Stephanie's request. I have it. Salary and disciplinary records.
Yes. And then my email.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
My email is going to be LIBERTY.
That's L like in Larry. I.
Mm-hmm. B is in boy.
Well, okay.
Echo. R. T.
Robert.
Yep. Tom and
Peter.
and then
Or Tom.
yeah, it's Liberty basically. First word.
Oh,
is
Liberty. Okay. Okay.
And then second word is troll. TROLL.
And P like in Peter, right?
T is in Tom.
T like in Tom.
Yeah,
like
those
okay.
trolls with the long hair, magical creatures. Yeah, so Liberty Troll, and then it's dot LLC, like limited liability company. So dot LLC. So again, it's libertytroll.llc@gmail.com.
At Gmail. Okay, got that.
All
Okay,
right, excellent.
So I am on their site, and there is an option there to do the public records request through the Brenda Foreman's Clerk of Courts.
Mm-hmm. Now,
And
it's possible that I submitted a request already online, and I think that might have been where I submitted it, but I was unsure if I sent it to the right department because there's like a drop down menu, and none of those options seem to be logical as far as what I was trying to get. So that's why I was trying to call and kind of see if I can just give it to someone else to figure it out for my convenience. I'll call them.
I have a separate number other than calling 831-6565. Let me see if I have a number for that person there that handles the public records.
Okay.
So give me a moment while I look through this list.
Excellent. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so the only thing I can figure out, because they have the different sections, which is archives and appeals and, civil, but there's an administration number that I would think that they would have that information for you.
Okay.
And that number is 954.
Okay.
831-5848.
Okay. Got it.
Okay.
All right. And one last thing, to the records that I gave to you about Stephanie, could you just add one more item on there, being the phone conversation audio call between me and her?
Okay. Not a problem.
All right, and that's it. I appreciate your help, Maribel, right?
Yes.
All right, Maribel, you've been great. I appreciate your help. You have the right attitude for what you do, so I really just want to make it known I appreciate you.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. My pleasure.
All right.
Have a wonderful day, sir.
You do the same. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.